Good morning. This is the Angela Bennett Show. I am Angela Bennett on GOTRadio1.com. And I am so excited this morning that we have the wonderful Miss Jackie Patillo, president of GMA Dove Awards. How are you, Miss Jackie?
I'm great. So glad to be with you all.
Oh,
This is a
let me tell
treat.
you, I know it is an honor. First of all, thank you so much for even taking time to speak with us on today. I did not know that you were going to respond, but let me tell you, I am grateful. So thank you.
Well,
Okay. So listen, I want to just kind of dive in because I have three other hosts that have lots and lots of questions for you. Um, I want to start. I know what you do now, but I want to back up because you have been working in the music industry a very long time, and a lot of people don't know that. So can we kind of but can we start at maybe the beginning, how you even got into music, how you started
gosh.
working with artists? I mean, just give us a little bit so people can really get clarity on all that Miss Jackie Patillo does or has
Oh,
done.
you stirring up a big pot here now. Well, back in the day, I married an artist. My husband, my ex-husband, was the lead singer of Santana when I met him and married, and he was a Bible thumping Christian. I mean, God just saved, sanctified, filled him with the Holy Ghost, and he started writing Christian songs. And so when he left that band, um, he just was writing Christian songs, and God just launched this music ministry. And it was right in the middle of the Jesus movement back in the late 70s, early 80s. And so we were that little family business that traveled the highways and the byways, spreading the gospel through music. And at one point, we were doing up to about 160 dates a year. We did all the major festivals, traveled around the world, and even opened for Andre Crouch in Europe. I've got great memories, and two wonderful children. But when I was faced with divorce, and my two babies at the time were 3 and 7, and I had to ask God, okay, what am I going to do? These children want to eat 3 times a day, and I married at 19 and had never lived outside of between my parents' home and my husband's. And
Wow.
so clearly God told me that I should go to Nashville and that he was going to use me in Christian music. Wow. And I, I put a fleece out because, yeah, I want to make sure it wasn't the pizza. Living in California. And so we had been to Nashville many times. He'd been on the Dove Awards. His record label was here, but I had professional acquaintances. But anyway, I put a fleece out. God confirmed it. I left the kids with my mom and dad and drove cross country and started my life over in 1989 here in Nashville. And God was good in that he opened doors that no man could shut.
Wow.
A gentleman by the name of Stan Mosier, who had been the head of Word Records and had moved from Texas to Nashville to help grow a company called Star Song. He told me, he says, Jackie, we don't have the job that you need. He said, you're an A&R person, and we don't have that job for you right now, but if you'll just come and do anything, then I'll get you there. And so I started working at Star Song as the receptionist, And 8 years later, when I left, I was the vice president of A&R and had amazing experiences. And Stan Mosier, as well as Daryl Harris and Jeff Mosley, they mentored me. And I had the opportunity to sign and work with great artists like Phil Spalding. And I had a real heart for gospel at the time. And I went to them and they said, fine. So I went to GMWA and started meeting and befriending people in the gospel world. And I was really fortunate that Dr. Bobby Jones and Al Hobbs kind of took me under their wing. And we did a distribution deal with Ty Scott Records and worked with Bryant, and we marketed a John P. Key to the CCM audience. And so that was my first school record. I would do music videos and whatnot with John P. Key, and we would distribute his product. And
so is
that Stan record, do you remember Stan? Mm-hmm. See, y'all too young to know Stan, but you might know Stan.
Yes, I do remember. You put my age out there, Miss Jackie.
Come on, Angela. We got to, if you want to go back.
So here's the question. I want to ask you something. You said that he asked you to come. He knew you were an A&R person, but he asked you to come and work, and you came in as.
He told me I was an A&R person. I didn't even barely know what an A&R person was.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so, but you went in as a secretary or a receptionist. So what would you tell those of us or some of us that are coming up and we're trying to get to doing certain things? And if someone says to you, I see this in you, we don't have this opening right now, but come in and we'll just find something for you to do.
You know, the Bible says not to despise small beginnings.
True. Mm-hmm.
And if we will humble ourselves before the Lord, then it gives him an opportunity to lift us up, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so that really was my experience. I just humbled myself before God and man. And I was very, very blessed. And that I landed with good people who really did have my best interest at heart and wanted to see me succeed.
So you worked with very genuine people.
Oh, these were real Christians.
Okay, so I want to move forward just a little bit. So that was 8 years there.
Yeah.
And how did you know when it was time to leave, or did an opportunity come and you just say, okay, this is it?
No, I was fired.
Wait a minute. Okay. So they brought you on. They allowed you to work. You worked 8 years. They told you were an A&R person. And then they fired you?
Well, no, it didn't go like that. No, we grew this company and the company was successful, and then they sold the company.
Okay.
And so when the company sold, I was downsized.
Okay. So after the downsize, where did you go?
Well, one of the bosses that I had there at Star Song, he went on to the Benson Company. And so he brought me over to the Benson Company to be a part of his A&R team. And that's when I got to sign Natalie Grant, and I worked with Russ Taff, and that was a great experience there.
Can you just give us a minute and tell us the definition of A&R and what all those duties are?
Sure. Well, some say A&R is airports and restaurants, but it really is artist and repertoire, meaning artist and songs. And so an A&R person is basically a scout looking for talent. A&R is the window in which an artist comes through to be a part of a label. And so A&R finds talent and walks with that artist through the creative process, helps to identify producers that are suitable for their style and goals, looks for songs, walks with that artist through the imaging process, all the way from conception to handing it off to the marketing department and launching the project.
So, one more question. Can I have one more?
You haven't let Harold say anything yet.
I know, but that's why I asked him, can I have one more? So, you know, I know a lot of people who are independent artists now, and they say it's because they can't get a major label to pick them up. Why is that? Why is it so hard to get on a major label? What is it that the label is looking for that the independent artist is not necessarily giving?
Well, that's a twofold question. Number one, the record industry that we know of today is not the same as back then.
Right.
The playing field has leveled greatly because of the internet and because of opportunities that the independent artists have online. And so what you've noticed is that record labels aren't doing as much artist development because it really does take an artist having a creative identity and proving their work ethic by really maxing out the opportunities that are already available to them online, and also showing, because the internet has provided the analytics that it does, you know, we can go online and see how many likes an artist has, or what their reach capacity is, or how they are impacting and connecting with their music already. And so we didn't have that back in the day. Back in the day, we were really going by our gut. Okay. You know, there were some obvious symptoms that allowed you to identify whether an artist was truly an artist versus a background singer, or, you know, just someone with a good voice. So yes, there was traits to allow you to identify an artist that stands above the crowd, or that you would notice when they walk into the room. But now, not only do you have to have a semblance of knowing what that is, but also you have the analytics that you can quickly go to online and check to see whether that artist truly is connecting with their audience.
Okay. And so basically you're saying the record label wants you to come already ready.
They want you to show great signs, and they need to have the facts.
Okay.
The evidence, it has to be there.
Okay, I'm not going to ask any more questions right now. We'll just talk later. I'm going to turn it over to this guy.
So I got the question that everybody wants to know. What's the status of the 2020 Dove Awards?
Well, we are all systems go right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, there we go.
Okay. We're all systems go right now. We're in the midst, we've just begun the balloting process, meaning that you can submit, labels have submitted their products. And so we are heading toward October the 20th, believing that we're going to have an amazing celebration, because this year's Dove Awards is going to be very significant. I think with us having been quarantined for, you know, however long, I think all of us are going to be ready to come together and celebrate with a lot of gratitude and thanksgiving come October. So yes, we, like everybody else, we are planning in the midst of a lot of uncertainty, but we are remaining optimistic.
Okay, I want you to know that I came up with some themes for this year's Dove Awards, okay? So the first one, I was thinking, how
You
about
came up with
Out
some
with Faith?
things. What kind
I
of
came up with
things?
some themes, okay? I'm joining the committee right now. So
Here we
first,
go, Jackie.
All
Here we
right.
go. There we go.
number one, Out with Faith.
Okay.
How about Out with Faith? I like that one, okay?
Out with faith.
Yeah,
No,
that's
wait
a
a
good
minute.
one.
I'm not. You're going in and out on me. Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah,
Are
one
you
of
are
our,
you feeling glitches on your end?
we are from, I don't know whose phone it is.
Did you put them on mute?
Yeah, they're on mute.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it
they're
clear
on
now?
mute, but it's clear now. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, Out with Faith.
Out
We've
with
been
faith.
locked up, but we're out and we're out with faith. Okay. Okay. How about this one? Finally free. We've been locked up,
I like finally free.
finally free.
I like
And then
that.
third one,
Finally free is.
test me, I'm positive for Jesus.
No.
No? Okay. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board.
No,
So
because
Jackie,
I am mortified as it is that that the rules might force us to have to take everybody's temperature that comes in the door.
right,
Wow.
right.
Heaven forbid we have to test people. Good Lord.
So you see what I deal with, right, Miss Jackie?
Test me. No. But finally free. I do like finally free. That is
Okay.
good.
All right.
One quick question. You guys, you guys added theater to the GMA Dove Awards or filming or something, right?
Film.
Okay, you've added.
Inspirational film category.
Okay, good. All right.
We still don't have theater. No.
Okay, but you do have film.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to add theater too.
Oh God. You know, we have 43 categories, 42. We have a lot of categories.
I know. Well, it won't hurt to add theater.
A lot of creativity going on out there, people.
Absolutely. Okay, who's next?
Okay, well, I'll go ahead. Hi, Miss Jackie.
Hi, Michael.
What would you say would be some of your greatest successes and some of your greatest failures as the GMA president?
You know, as the one of my successes is my desire and ability to build a bridge across the cultures, because GMA is an organization that represents all genres of Christian and gospel music. And the Dove Awards is the only stage that has all styles of Christian and gospel music at one time. And I'm very proud of that. I'm really proud that, you know, if you don't like what you're hearing, just wait 3 minutes and your favorite is coming up, you know, because we serve the Southern gospel community as well as gospel and urban gospel and CCM and our Latin community. I mean, we seek to represent God's diverse kingdom. And that's not always easy. It presents many challenges, but it is at the very forefront of a desire, a personal calling of mine, and it's something that I think we reflect well at the Doves.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, I think we have Miss Sheree Young coming next.
Hi, Sheree.
Hi.
I like your lashes.
Thank you. My question is, what would be the proper process of being on the red carpet, or being one of the red carpet hosts for the Dove Awards?
Oh, that's a good question. And it's a very easy process, actually. You have to go online and you apply. And every applicant is vetted. And so because we have limited space, there's a certain number of impact. Again, it goes back to the it goes back to online analytics. We're able to see how much impact each media person or media outlet has. And so we have to be prudent with our space and reserve it for those that are having the most impact.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have you been to the Dove Awards red carpet?
No, I've never been, but I'm very interested in coming, being a part of it.
You can sign up.
I sure will. Thank you so much.
I love that you use the word impact. So with the COVID-19 and the impact that it's having on the world that we live in right now, is there anything that GMA is doing, the GMA Foundation, anything that you guys are just doing to contribute to all this going on?
Well, we're trying really hard not to spread the virus.
Which is big.
But, one of our initiatives, we were very, very heart sick as we had seen many of our artists had to abandon or cancel tours that they were on, which left a lot of our crew people without work. A lot of people that, are within our community that feed their family behind the scenes are going through some very difficult times. Mm-hmm. And so one of our initiatives, we called it Love Goes Viral. And we saw that our artists were on their own putting out music from their living room, sharing it online, trying to encourage their audience. And so we compiled those, and we had a 3-hour, what we called Love Goes Viral Facebook Live event, probably about 4 Sundays ago. And we attached the donate button to it, so you could text give. And the proceeds went to crew members and artists that were struggling.
That's amazing.
So it was just a small effort on our part, but again, it was a way for us to pull our artists and their music from all genres together. And it was a very beautiful thing. And it's called Love Goes Viral.
Will we get to see another one, or is it on YouTube for those of us who missed it?
Yes, it is on YouTube. It is.
Awesome.
So check it out.
You can still give, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, we don't have much longer to go. Let me ask this question. I always have to ask the question for the independent artists. On GMA or Dove Awards, should I say, do you all have a platform, like a pre-show or anything for independent artists that you do before the major artists?
I wish I could say we did. Again, because we have 40-some categories, we do a pre-show. And that pre-show, we do have 6 performance slots. But even of those performances, we defer to our nominated artists first. So
maybe something in the near future.
Yes, we hope to be able to serve our independent artists.
I'll just keep putting it in your head, Miss Jackie. I'll keep knocking on your door.
Grateful for that. Thank you.
Well, I want to say I appreciate you so much. We will continue to talk. I will let all of our listeners know that Miss Jackie and I have talked about her coming to the Texas Alliance Conference in August. So we're definitely praying that if all is well, she will be here. If not this year, I'm not letting her go. So she's going to stay with me, or if not this year, next year. I'm gonna just stay on her books.
We'll be out in faith, out with faith.
We'll be. Did she say she liked Out with Faith, or which one?
No, I don't
Please.
like it. No, that's your
Like
conference
that
title.
conference.
That's what you're going to use for your conference title.
No, Miss
Out
Jackie.
with faith.
No, Miss Jackie. Our conference is called Born to Win. So, but anyway, I thank you so much for taking time to be with us on GODradio1.com.
Can I add one more thing?
Yes.
Well, the GMA is a membership organization. We
Oh,
are a trade organization. And when I say that we're a trade organization, I mean that we are the unifier, again, of all of Christian and gospel music. And we are the voice, whether it's on Capitol Hill or otherwise, of Christian and gospel music. And so I want to invite all of your listeners to become a member. There are several different membership levels. So, you know, pick one of them that meets your budget, but come to the table. We want to be able to represent you. We want even our independent artists to get the information and the education that we do have to offer. The GMA, not only do we celebrate the Dove Awards every year, but we also honor our rich history by an event called GMA Honors, where we induct 4 people into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame, and we honor 4 people from within our community for their philanthropy. This year, we were going to induct commissioned, which is going to be exciting. We had to move it to next year, but next year in May, we will be inducting commission, and we'll be celebrating Willie Moore Jr. for his philanthropy, as well as several others. So I'll get you that information.
Okay.
And we're launching something called GMA Academy, which will be an online educational tool where people that desire to pursue their calling in music ministry can get further equipped through teaching and mentoring and other great opportunities that will be made available. We're launching that in June. So we're here doing what we know to do to serve, and we want your listeners to be a part.
Where do they go to register?
Thank you.
Wait a minute,
gospelmusic.org. Go to gospelmusic.org.
He's so sweet.
And hook up the membership. Go to the membership link.
Okay, he's so sweet. He's just jumped right in there, didn't he?
Thank you, Harold.
Listen, but this is what I was going to ask. If you would send me an email with all of that information, and then we will send it out to all of our Texas Alliance conferees, I guess you could say, and the Alliance members, and let them see the level of where they can join, and we can get them to be a part of that. Okay. And we can also, you know, like put that information on our web page and everything. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. And we can work it out like that. How about that, Mr. Trotter?
Well, for the ones who are not, you know, for everybody. So we want everybody who's listening to know. You said gospelmusic.org.
Gospelmusic.org.
Awesome.
I thank you so much for joining me today. And like I say, we will continue to talk and check on you while this quarantining is going on. And hopefully we'll be done soon. Are you guys preparing for a soft opening as well with the quarantine?
Yes, our restaurants opened in the outskirts of Nashville, opened on Monday, and retail are open today. So they are free to work 50% capacity right now. Okay. So there's a 4-phase plan that our mayor and governor put in place. that
Okay,
we're,
so are you going to get out?
yes.
And when you're out, you say, I'm out with faith.
I'll take my faith out, but I'm not out of faith.
I thank you once again, Miss Jackie. I'm so glad that we have this relationship going, and we'll keep in contact, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, blessings on y'all. Have a good
Thank
day.
All right, you too. You too.
Yeah.